Oh, it's good, yeah. Back at it again with another Black Bike Week 2020 update. Let me start off by saying, once again, do not book in Myrtle Beach. I gotta just keep, reiterating that to everyone. For 2020, do not book in Myrtle Beach. Only book in North Myrtle Beach. Now, I do want to issue a correction. In previous videos, I've said to book in Atlantic Beach, Crescent Beach, Cherry Grove Beach, Bear Clay Cliff. That's that part between Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach by the Hooters. You booked it. And I said Little River, worst case scenario. I'm gonna say scratch that. Don't book in Little River. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you look at Cherry Grove, it is like OD big. By the time you run out of Cherry Grove and you hit Little River, you be close to the North Carolina border. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's way too far, way too far. So only book for Black Bike Week 2020 in Atlantic Beach, Crescent Beach, Cherry Grove Beach, and Bear Cliff Acres. That's it. Don't book anywhere else for 2020 for next year. So I had to put that out there. That's the main purpose of the video. But I got some other quick updates. I was just watching my old videos from 2014. It was my first time going to Bike Week. And I was just, thinking over like, since 2014, I've been going ever since. So in 2014, I rode down with Pedals, Mr. O, Chris, and a few other people from his club. And like I said, that was my first year at Black Bike Week 2014. And we stayed at Holiday Sands in Myrtle Beach. That's like towards the end of Myrtle Beach, by Myrtle Beach Resort, like way at the end. Holiday Sands, and that's the south one. And then in 2015 was my second year at Black Bike Week, and we stayed at Captain Cottage Resort in Myrtle Beach. That was pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool for the first time. I actually enjoyed it there because it's right on the strip. 2016 we rode down as well. I'm trying to see who I rode down with 2016. I think it was Nature. Yeah, I rode down with Nature and I rode down with Pedals for 2016. Once again, that's my third year, and we stayed at Captain Quarters again in Myrtle Beach. 2017, that's the year I got my bully. I rode down as well, and I rode down with Nature and Mr. O. Nature came back, went to his bike week, and I rode back with Mr. O, so to speak. That was in 2017. So I rode down 3 years: 2014, 2016, and 2017. Once again, 2017 was my fourth year, and we accidentally booked. In 2017, we was trying to book in North Myrtle Beach, and we ended up booking in Surfside. I don't know how it happened, but that's why we booked in Surfside. House was cool. It was a little further down. This is why I said don't book in Surfside for when Bike Week is in North Myrtle Beach, because it's pretty far. You're going to be on the road for probably like close to an hour one way, and I'm saying another hour going back. But that was cool as well for 2017. And that was our first year booking in the house. So once you got that, that first, we're like, we definitely doing houses from this point on. 2018 was my fifth year at Bike Week, and we stayed in Atlantic Beach, and that's that Teal House, 1 block from Atlantic Beach Bike Fest. Some of y'all saw the house and they even came by and said what's up. So that was pretty cool in Atlantic Beach in 2018. This year is my 6th year, and we stayed in Cherry Grove Beach at that dope house we was at this year. That house was big as hell, man. That's cool as hell. And for 2020, which will be my 7th year next year, 7th consecutive year, we're also booked in Cherry Grove Beach as well. Currently we're at 39 Avenue North and North Ocean Boulevard. So, since 2014, I've always been going. So I guess that's why some people would watch these videos like, who is this guy? I'm trying not to curse as much now. Who is this guy? And who is he talking about? What are you talking about? Book here, book there. I guess since I've been going since 2014, I guess I keep up with the trend, so to speak. So I know where not to book and where to book. So certain people, they listen to my advice, and some don't. What the each his own, man. I just trying to put y'all on, let y'all know current events was going on. Because I remember a couple times before when I was like trying to find out where to book, I didn't know. I was just like guessing, like, oh, where to book, or asking people. It was just like all over the place. At least now I'm able to give y'all a little bit of insight. You know what I'm saying? You take you don't. But I'm actually looking out for y'all best interests. Real shit. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to curse. I need to work on that. Okay, so another update. What you need to know for Black Bike Week 2020 next year. Number one, once again, booking North Myrtle Beach. You know what I'm saying? I can't keep every video. I'm always say booking North Myrtle Beach. Don't book in and booking North Myrtle Beach. Don't book in Myrtle Beach. If you ride a bike, make sure you have a motorcycle license, because South Carolina is pretty strict, especially when you have out of towners for that duration of the weekend or week. If they catch you without a motorcycle license, they're definitely going to give you a ticket, and you got a higher probability chance of them taking your motorcycle. I'm almost certain they're going to take your bike. So if they take your bike, you got to pay the ticket, you got to pay the impound, and then, you know what I'm saying, it's just going to be a big headache. So make sure you have a motorcycle license, just to be reassured that when you get to Bike Week, you'll be okay. Now, some people may say, well, I have my permit, I can ride with someone with a license. I mean, if you feel like you're gonna always be with someone with a motorcycle license, then I guess it's okay. But for me, if you're leaving your state to go to another state for an event like that, I says get your license, man. If you're operating a car, it's best to have a driver's license. So if you're gonna be driving down there as well, don't have a permit. And if you don't have a license, I don't recommend you driving. The risk is really high. Once again, with a car, no license, they're gonna give you a ticket, and they're probably gonna tow your car. Remember that weekend, there's gonna be a lot of tickets being issued, pretty much for that entire weekend. That's how the economy down there is gonna get money pumped in from us through the tickets. So pretty much just make sure you have your license, whether your driver's license or your motorcycle license down there, just to relieve yourself from any possible headaches. What's next? Don't go with whack people to Bike Week. I think I mentioned this, was it last year or something like that? But make sure the people you go with to Bike Week, they actually want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? None of them little stuck up, they don't want to do nothing. Because you go with people like that, you're not going to have any fun at Bike Week. And I'm telling you, Black Bike Week in North Myrtle Beach, it's so much fun. You know what I'm saying? But if you go with the wrong person, that would just mess your whole trip up, man. And make sure you have the following done to your bike before you go to Bike Week next year. Registration. Make sure you have registration for your bike. Inspection. Like in New York, we have inspection for our bikes. So make sure your bike is up to date with inspection. Make sure you have insurance, whether you have the paper copy or the digital copy on your phone. Make sure that's up to date. I recommend you have you do an oil change before you go to Bike Week, only because if you have the older oil in your bike is going to run a little bit hotter. You know what I'm saying? Because down there it's scorching hot. It's very, very hot in Myrtle. So the oil will help. Make sure you have coolant. So try and do a coolant flush or coolant change before you go. Have some fresh coolant, fresh oil in your bike. And make sure your tires have thread on it. You know what I'm saying? You can't get tickets for having no thread on your bike. Also, with thread on your tires, you be able to get better stopping power. So in case of emergency, you be able to stop on time. So make sure you have decent thread on your tires. Make sure your brake pads have enough quote meat on it. So make sure you don't come down with squeaking brake pads or low brake pads. Make sure your brake pads are up to point. And for those who have motorcycles with clutch cables, I always recommend you try and bring an extra clutch cable with you, because that's like one of the #1 thing that go wrong in at Bike Week. People clutch cable pop, and then most people go to Redline Power Sports and they just be like sold out. So if you can order yourself an extra clutch cable prior, make sure you have that with you. Worst case scenario, it pops and you be able to put it in. Or if you can't do it, you go to the dealer and they be able to at least just put it in right away. They don't have to order and this, that, and the third. You be up and ready to go. And make sure your fairings have screws in it, because you have like Kings Highway and certain highways you're gonna be on. The last thing I want is for your fairing to fly off and hit somebody in the head. You probably think like, yo, you're bugging. It happened. It happened before, trust me. So make sure your fairings have screws in it or zip ties. Don't come with loose fairings, man. And make sure you check your headlight, tail light, turn signal, make sure they're working. So yeah, so worst thing, you don't want to be at night, your headlight go out or tail light or anything. Just make sure you check those before you come down. And also make sure you know what kind of bulbs you need in case you have to get a replacement down there as well. And I always recommend is make sure you either bring the toolkit that came with your bike or like basic tools. If you want like cheap tools for your motorcycle, I highly recommend you go to Harbor Freight. Use metric for your bikes. For the American made like the Harleys, use the standard, which is the T. Harbor Freight have those for really cheap. But make sure you have some kind of tools, basic tools if that, so you be able to fix anything if anything you know, go bad with your bike down there. Once again, to let y'all know, for the people that do drink, the liquor stores are closed on Sundays. So I mean, as far as prices down there, I guess it's slightly higher, if not around the same. So I recommend you bring liquor with you. Obviously, if you fly, it's gonna be a little bit different. But if you're gonna go to liquor store, just keep in mind that Sundays is closed. So if you're driving or riding down, whatever, just bring the liquor with you. Once again, I know I mentioned this before. South Carolina is a concealed carry state. So if you're in your state with your firearm, just double check to see if South Carolina honor your carry, and yeah, bring your own firearm with you. Better to be safe than sorry. I doubt you ever have to use it, but you just never know. So for the pro guns advocates out there that have your firearm, like I said, double check with your state and see if South Carolina honor it, and then you just bring your firearm with you. Make sure you have a credit card or bring extra funds for stuff like bail money. You may think like, I would never get in trouble. You just never know. So try and have a credit card with a decent balance on it, or bring extra cash. You just never know what can happen. But if worst case scenario something happen, you'll be able to get yourself out of the pickle. You know what I'm saying? Do not bring a busted bike to bike week. You better off just leaving it home. So if your bike is leaking oil, if your bike is falling apart, if it's not running right, don't bring it, because the weather down there is so hot. It's so hot. The heat alone will really mess with your bike. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not worth it bringing the messed up bike. So this is now November. So you got December, January, February, March, April, May. You got 6 months left for bike week. Try and fix your bike between now and then. I know it's winter time, certain places is really cold, but try and get your bike fixed to the best of your ability. Do not bring a busted bike. Then the last thing you want is your bike to be like busted and then to break down on you in front of everybody. It's just super embarrassing. So don't bring a busted bike. Please have your bike fixed. Bring it to the shop if you're not, you know, handy as far as fixing bikes. Let them work on them prior beforehand. Have manners when you're down there. For these rude people out here, especially New Yorkers, I'm not gonna lie, I love New York, but that's some rude people, man. When y'all get down there from any state and you get down into South Carolina, say good morning, say good afternoon, say good night. Don't just walk past people, especially when you at these events and stuff like that. Say what's up. Remember, you don't gotta know none of these people. You won't know most of them, but what brings us together is the motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? So you see another biker, say what's up. Good morning, brother. Good morning, sister. Good afternoon, brother. Good afternoon, sister. You know what I'm saying? Just be polite. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get down there, you're gonna see people like from the South. You're gonna notice that a lot of them are very nice. You know what I'm saying? So if you're from places like New York where people are pretty rude, it's gonna look kind of strange to you. Like, just say it back. Trust me, say it back. Also, if you see a bike on the side of the road, whether it's in a parking lot or pulled over, or it just looked like something wrong with the bike, just hit up the persons. Pull over, stop next to wherever they're parked, and make sure they're okay. Most of the time they're gonna say, yeah, I'm good, or they just fix the minor stuff. But do not ride past or drive past someone that you see on the side of the road and look like something's wrong with their bike. Just ask them, you're good, can I help? And then take it from there. Because if you flip the script and that's you, right? You're the one stuck on the side of the road. You want someone to come and help you. You know what I'm saying? I ask if you're okay. So if you see a bike on the side of the road, just ask them if they're okay. If you can help, give a helping hand. If not, then you know, at least you tried. There's tons of events down there to attend. Majority of them are free. Please be respectful, drama free, and just go and just have a good time. Like I said 9 out of 10 events. If you're not doing like the clubs and stuff like that, the regular bike week events with the different like the pool parties and stuff like that, the majority of them are free. Come by, have a good time. I'm gonna be I already released the rough draft for the events. As Myrtle becomes a little bit closer, I release the addresses and time and stuff like that. Just come out, have a good time, man, and just rock out. You know what I'm saying? Leave the all negativity home. This is very important as well. This year at Myrtle 2019, the bike thieves acted crazy. They was just snatching everything. So if y'all catch any bike thieves, make sure they're in the act. Don't just beat up anybody, just beat up anybody. Make sure they're in the act. Make a statement, then call the cops later. You catch a bike thief in the act, beat the crap out of them. Break an arm, break a leg, break a neck. Well, you don't want to kill them. Well, maybe. It's up to you, depend on the person. But I despise bike thieves. You're probably wondering too, why you hate bike thieves so much? My bike was stolen. My 04 CBR 1000 was stolen a couple years ago. Now I was fortunate enough to get my bike back a couple months later, banged up, beat up, but I was one of the very few that actually got my bike back. So I despise bike thieves. So if you catch them down there in Myrtle, I'm telling you, send a statement, then call the cops and let them deal with the paperwork afterwards. Another important message I'd like to let y'all know: no drinking and riding or driving when you're down there. Just be safe, okay? Do not drink and ride your bike. I don't care how good you think you are. I'm an expert. Nothing will happen. Do not drink and ride. And don't drink and drive either. Bad. Don't do it. Any other questions or anything you got in your mind, or anything you think I might have missed? Leave a comment. Leave the question in the comment section below. Once again, you can add me on Instagram at POOH_NYC. I'm always on the gram posting funny memes and stuff. So yeah, just hit me, let me know what's up. And also, if you're booked already, let me know in the comment section where you're booked. So I definitely have an idea of where you guys are gonna be staying at for next year. So yeah, man, be safe. And I don't know when the next update is gonna be, but whenever I think of some more stuff, I'll pump that information out y'all. So yeah, man, out. And for my subscribers, yeah, all right, later, y'all.